Let's go! Today I have some exciting news to share with all of you regarding institutional adoption of Bitcoin and much more. I will be talking about why Tesla has sold 10% of their Bitcoin, and contrary to what is being portrayed on Twitter, that is actually a good thing that could end up encouraging other companies to add Bitcoin to their balance sheets. I will also be covering the potential for Apple to start offering crypto-related services after being advised to do so by a very well-known investment bank and what effects that would have on crypto adoption. I also have a bit of an update on Xrp and also several other topics, so make sure to stick around for all of that. First, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you do not miss out on more videos like this in the future, as well as videos on how I am actively trading and the best altcoin investment opportunities. Okay, so last night when the news started spreading that Tesla had sold 10% of the Bitcoin they purchased just a few months ago, some people took that as bearish news. Because after all, a lot of people in crypto are very dedicated to holding for a long term and do not consider selling their Bitcoin after just a few months. Additionally, on Twitter, Dave Portnoy came out with a bit of an attack on Elon Musk, and you can actually read it right here, but basically he said that Elon Musk did a pump and dump with Bitcoin by buying it through Tesla, using that hype to push the price up and then selling. This is of course not true and does not even make much sense for a couple of reasons. First, Tesla only sold 10% of their holdings, and second, if Musk and Tesla were just using Bitcoin for a short-term pump and dump, they would have likely sold back when Bitcoin was at an all-time high and not while it was about 15% down below its high. Third, as you can see in his reply right here, Musk points out that he did not sell any of his personal Bitcoin holdings and explains that the reason Tesla did sell some was to prove that the liquidity was available to do so and validate Bitcoin's ability to replace cash on a balance sheet. After all, Tesla is not an investment firm, and the cash they hold is for the purpose of being able to actually purchase the things they need to as a company, such as, of course, materials, factories, employees, and everything else. So if we think about Musk's reply for a moment, I think it could be seen as a sign that Tesla may actually end up putting even more of their balance sheet into Bitcoin. Let me explain. Their current Bitcoin investment has done very well so far, and now they know that the liquidity is available to sell several $100 million worth of Bitcoin whenever they need the cash. And the CEO or CFO of Tesla said on Monday's earnings call that they have not been able to find many opportunities in traditional finance to earn the same yield on their money that Bitcoin has provided. He also confirmed that Tesla will continue accumulating Bitcoin through customer vehicle purchases and that there will be even more Bitcoin related announcements in the future, but did not clarify what those would be about. So who knows, maybe it could be that they are buying more, or maybe it could be something else. One more thing to note about this situation is that it could definitely encourage some other companies to consider buying Bitcoin themselves. Before Tesla, the main company buying Bitcoin was MicroStrategy, and while I think we all like Michael Saylor and his love for Bitcoin, other companies are not as interested in buying Bitcoin to hold forever. But there are definitely a lot of companies very interested in being able to earn yield on their cash reserves, and now Tesla has shown them that it is very possible with Bitcoin and that when the time comes it can be sold without any issues at all. But let's move on and let's talk about Rbc Capital Markets, which actually made a report recommending Apple to get involved with crypto in a big way. Rbc Capital Markets is a well-known and respected global investment bank, and the report they released makes a very logical and compelling case for Apple to integrate crypto into their Apple Wallet service. They believe that doing so could bring in an extra tens of billions of dollars per year and listed Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin as potential assets to offer. An RBC analyst calculated the potential revenue for Apple by using Square's crypto services as a model. Square has 30 million users and generated $1.6 billion per quarter in revenue. Apple has an install base of 1.5 billion, so even with a conservative estimate that 200 million of those people would use the crypto services, That would be about 6.6 times larger than Square and have the potential to bring in about $40 billion per year. The report also mentioned that with Apple being such a massive and well-known company, by offering crypto services, they would almost certainly increase adoption, which would boost the services' use as crypto grew in popularity. And while there is of course no guarantee that Apple will take the advice of RBC, I think the potential to bring in an extra $40 billion or more per year is enough to make any company take a moment to consider. Now for a bit of an update on the Xrp lawsuit. So you would not expect that Ripple was actually still going through a lawsuit with the SEC if you just looked at how well it has been performing over the last month, but in reality the case recently took a turn for the worse for Ripple as the SEC has filed a motion to dismiss one of Ripple's core defenses. The defense is the lack of due process and fair notice, and the SEC has pointed out that that defense has never been accepted in a federal court but has actually been rejected twice previously. In spite of this development, the CEO of Ripple said in a statement to XRP holders that he does not want people to worry and that he still believes they did nothing wrong. The case actually has even more riding on it for crypto in general, as the CFTC publicly announced recently that they are paying close attention to the case and what its ruling will be to help them shape their own regulatory framework. In other XRP news, people tracking the wallet of ex-CTO of Ripple, Jed McCaleb, have found that he has dumped more than 200 million XRP since April the 15th, and that he will continue to sell about 22.6 million XRP daily until he runs out around August or September. In other news, one of Bitcoin's strongest and most consistent doubters have finally changed their mind as JP Morgan and Chase has announced that they are creating an actively managed Bitcoin fund which will be available to specific clients sometime during the summer. In the past, the CEO of JP Morgan has called Bitcoin a dangerous fraud and threatened to fire any trader who touched it, and that if you are stupid enough to buy it, you will pay the price one day. While the CEO still may not like crypto, JP Morgan is a company and companies need to keep their customers happy. Top deputies in the corporate and investment banking division have acknowledged the demand for Bitcoin-related investment opportunities back in February, and now they are becoming a reality. This just goes to show how quickly crypto is spreading and how difficult it is even for the biggest and most well-known adversaries to try to stop it. As more and more people continue to learn about Bitcoin and crypto in general, they will continue to start to understand its potential, and once they understand that, they are going to want to buy even more. One final piece of news that shows some institutional interest in Ethereum is that the open interest in Ethereum options has grown 80x over the last year to $4 billion. Options are a tool commonly used by institutions to hedge risk on positions, so this could be a sign that more are starting to take positions in spot Ethereum and then using options to protect themselves when they believe volatility is coming. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.